Welcome, YouTube friends and family, to today's edition of the Wellness Homesteader. So, it's October, y'all. The leaves here are just starting to change color, and thankfully we're forecast to have a lot of sunny days and cool nights, which makes for really pretty leaves. We are extremely dry still. The only thing that we got here in Ohio from Hurricane Ian was wind. For a couple days we had some pretty hefty winds, but I just wanted to also say, for any of you who were in the path of the storm, I'm praying for you as you recover and get back to normal after such a strong hurricane event. So it is 46 degrees, y'all, but what I'm going to do, wait for it, is I'm going to plant myself some spinach. So I wanted to bring you out here and just show you the veggie pod. So let me drop you down. So I have lots of chives, and if you notice here, we've got a seed pod starting. I will let it go to seed because I don't know if y'all can you see the little tiny, there are tons of chives starting. So I can snip these off, and when it's time to do a freeze dryer full of something, I can dedicate a little bit of one portion of the freeze dryer. My word. And I bring out gloves and I don't use them. One portion of the tray to keep drying chives. So I have it for seasoning. I really like it on baked potatoes. That's my favorite way to have chives, but it's been the gift that keeps on giving. And I only planted, I've got really 4 good-sized clumps, maybe 5 if you count this as 2. I just planted seed last year, and it has just kept on going and going. You can probably hear the girls in the background. What's the matter, girlies? They're quite unhappy with the weather. Y'all, I think I'm just going to put that basil root back here and not concern myself with it right now. But planting spinach is so easy, and if you have a protected area, a veggie pod somewhere where you can cover it, spinach does not mind at all to be in cold weather. So this soil is nice and loose, very fertile, very dry. So this is full sun, which this is as close to full sun as I can get. It gets full afternoon sun. You can get a fall crop in the late summer, and it says you can grow it August to September. With the veggie pot, I know that I can extend that. It's 30 to 50 days to harvest, half an inch deep. So, oops, what is this? Oh, a radish. I am just going to sprinkle these in. It's so simple to plant things like this. I don't want to get too crazy with it, but I love spinach. And this will be organically grown. And will take very little of my time, energy, and effort to raise. So I really encourage you, even though I decided not to do a full garden this year, I maybe will regret that. But y'all, I am limited on storage space, and honestly, I have food that I canned 2 years ago that I have not consumed, and I don't want to be a food hoarder. Although right now, food hoarding doesn't seem like such a bad thing, right? So let me grab some water. Those girly girls. And I'm going to water from way up high. I'm just using a watering can so that I don't float away the seeds. And this has been really dry. So we still have some sage growing, but I have preserved a ton this year. So we'll just give everything a really good water. And I am still leaving the veggie pod open, but as of this Friday, we're only going to have a high of 55, low in the 30s. So that's when I will start closing the veggie pod at night and opening it when the sun comes around during the day when I'm out with the girls. So we're going to do something really delicious today. We're going to make another healthy recipe, and I am still checking off all the things. Did I break y'all? I'm so sorry, guys. Oh boy. I am still working on my winterizing. I have not started on the indoor winterizing to any real degree with the window insulation kits, with the more tight flexible caulking. All of that is to come. I will do a separate video. I also have been working on updating the homestead management binder, and I think I will combine the updated binder with some interior winterizing because there's not a ton to do inside. You know, once I show you one window, you don't want to watch me do 26 windows. I really don't have 26 windows. The garden is still not ready to be put to bed. So I am going to have sort of a late garden harvest, and then when leaves start coming down, I'll be able to mulch everything in. I did get my compost bin stirred, and y'all, somebody asked, and I never told you. The worm farm for me was a pretty epic fail. I just had trouble keeping the worms in the farm. They would escape and then they dry up and die. So I put them in my compost bin. What a difference. They have been happily living their best life eating all the junk that I threw in there. So that actually worked out really well, and saved myself the trouble of maintaining a worm farm. All right, it's chilly out here, so I'm going to go back in, and we're going to get started shortly making a very healthy and delicious dinner. Stay tuned. I'm getting hungry for lunch. How about you all? So I eat my big meal midday and then just a very late dinner. So if you ever wonder why I'm cooking midday like big meals, that's why. So what I've done here is I'm going to try a little experiment. I've placed some mushrooms. Wow, that one's kind of dirty. And some carrots into my NutriBullet because I want to try chopping it up without dragging out my great big blender. Now, we shall see. I've seen this done by another YouTuber, and I don't know if she has the same horsepower NutriBullet I do, but at any rate, let's give it a shot. So I've just put the lid on, and guys, this is super loud. Yeah. So what I can tell you is it works great for the mushrooms, but not so much for the carrots. So, wow. Let's go to plan B and get the NutriBullet out, or not the NutriBullet, the Instapot Ace blender out, so that I can dirty 2 blenders instead of just 1. Stay tuned. Finally made it into the kitchen. I'm working on a couple different videos today, so try to get my mind on cooking now. So I wanted to bring you this recipe because I have an air fryer and it does not get utilized as much as it should. So I've been trying to watch videos and look on the internet for recipes, and I found this spicy ranch chicken bite recipe, and I'm like, this sounds super good. So I started the video and had a bit of an epic fail. I tried to use my NutriBullet to grind up carrots. Yeah, no, that doesn't work. So I brought out my trusty Instant Pot Ace blender. And why is it not on? Oh, you have to sit the thingy on it. There you go. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to pulse up. What I have are just some baby carrots and some button mushrooms. And I am going to blend these really, really well together, almost to a paste consistency, because we're going to add that to the ground chicken to up our vegetable intake without adding a lot of calories or sugar or fat. So here we go. Sorry guys, it takes a minute. The reason I tried to use the NutriBullet was because of this exact reason. There's not a lot of volume, and when there's not a lot of volume in a high power blender, sometimes it's a little bit challenging to get it to chop through everything really evenly. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna add some more mushrooms just to give it a little bit more volume. And I will show you at the end how much of each I use, because I'm just making this up as I go. All right, let's give it another try here. And if you, I will link this below, but if you have this blender, it does do a countdown, so don't think it's broken. It just takes some. So this is pretty pasty. Okay, yeah, this will work. So let me get a spoon of this and kind of show you what we have. So this is what we have, some chunks of carrot, but that will be good. Carrot's good, right? So let's get this out of the way. I used about 2/3 of a pound of mushrooms and maybe 10 baby carrots. So not a whole lot, pardon me, on the baby carrot side. So what we're gonna do now is we are going to take a pound of the Purdue Harvest Land chicken. Need some scissors. And we're going to put it in our bowl. And y'all, I thought, ugh, ground chicken, that would be awful. I just had it and I love it. I love chicken burgers. I mean, I like chicken as a general rule, but oh my, the Purdue ground and also the Aldi brand, both very good. The Purdue actually, I think, came from, did I get that from Aldi? I might have gotten that from Aldi. I can't remember if it was Aldi or Walmart. So just cleaning out the blender here. So this is going to add a new flavor profile as well to your dish. So it's not just bland chicken, but we are going to spice it up a notch because y'all know me. Gotta have it a little spicy. So if you're trying to watch your weight or watch your fat intake, an air fryer is a good option for cooking a variety of things. I love mine. Mine is also a grill. I don't have an outdoor grill now. My grill quit working. So I'm just going to give this a quick stir while we're chatting here. But if you feel like you can't enjoy certain treats, I mean, we're into the football season and harvest parties and things like this. If you don't want to eat fried chicken wings, I think this will be a very good substitute. Now, I'm going to add, and I don't like this brand name, but that's what it's called. I didn't name it. It's called Flavor God Ranch Seasoning, not ranch dressing. So I'm going to just add it pretty generous. And you can certainly salt and pepper as well. I'm going to be a purist and not add it and see what happens. I probably put about 2 teaspoons in there, maybe a tablespoon. Give that a good mix. So we're going to be making like a meatball. So no messy hands from dealing with wings and with wing bones, although I do love me some good fried hot wings. All right, let me just set this aside and we'll bring over the Ninja Foodie. Get that plugged in. Now, the first thing I want to do is move all of my fruits and veg. And y'all, I find when I leave a lot of pretty vegetables and fruit on the counter, I will reach for that instead of junk food. Not always. All right, let me grab some cooking spray. And in an air fryer, they do recommend, oh, gotta turn it on first, that you use olive oil or avocado oil. So those are both high heat oils, so you don't get scorching, burning, and smoking. I'm gonna spray it pretty well. All right. So I'm gonna put it on air crisp, and I'm going to start the preheat cycle. But we're not done, because we need these to taste like hot wings, right? So I have here some Frank's hot sauce. I bet it's, no, it doesn't have a closed lid. Oh, come on, I'm gonna take the lid off, guys. I can stand here and dribble it in. So you just wanna add enough so and splash a little on your face so you can taste it. You don't want your meatballs falling apart, but it will help them kind of stick together, but you want them flavored. And I see a big carrot here I'm gonna take out. I think it can handle some more. So I'd say I've put in about a 1/4 cup, and it is a pound of chicken. I think it can take a little bit more. But you can also add the Franks on top once you've air fried them. So I'm preheating to 390, which is the recommended temperature on mine. It has big French fries is 390. Oh gosh, it says chicken 350. So let's take down the temp to 350. Helps if you read the directions. Like I said, guys, I was just looking at a lot of different recipes, and this is kind of a combination of a few of them. And I'm like, this would totally be good. So if you feel left out of gatherings when there is unhealthy food that you're trying to avoid, bring these along. I'm not keto. I've never been keto. I cannot speak to whether this is keto friendly, but I would think it would be. The carrots may not be, would be my only question. All right. So let me start meatballing these up. This is going to make a lot, so this is probably going to take a couple cook cycles to get them all in there. But I bet these would be really good if you want to freeze them like in little individual serving containers. If I had room in my freezer, I would do that. No room in the inn in my freezer right now. But that will be short-lived, as I've delayed my butcher box, which is a great meat source, but I have delayed that until right before Christmas because I want some steak for Christmas time. And we have our go time signal, so let's go ahead and put these in. I'm going to just do 7 first because that's, well, you know what, let me pop a couple more in. We'll put 9 in, that won't overcrowd, and we'll take a look and see how long that takes to cook. So I will bring you back. I'm going to check it at about every 10 to 15 minutes. Stay tuned. First, it smells amazing in here. And yes, I snuck and tasted one. So I cooked the small bites for 15 minutes. The bigger bites, I did 17. So I have a little ranch and a little hot sauce dipping sauce. But let's just give these a taste. And you can see on the inside, those are smoking hot, that there's the little bites of carrot. So we'll give it a little dip. And let's see if they're as good as the first one was. You all, whether you're concerned about your weight or what you consume, or, you know, lowering your fat. These are amazing. The ingredients you can really taste without all of the fried taste. Plenty of ranch, plenty of Frank's Red Hot. I was afraid they were a little too soft. They were not. So again, it was a pound of chicken, 10 to 12 little baby carrots, 3/4 pound of mushroom, about a 1/4 cup of Frank's hot sauce, about a tablespoon to 2 teaspoons to a tablespoon of the Flavor God Ranch seasoning. I added no salt or pepper. It does not need it. This is definitely a winner. So drop me a comment below. Are you all using an air fryer to make any of your food? And if so, what's your favorite recipe? I would love to hear as I learn to cook more and more with the Ninja Foodie. I am working on the part 2 of the Winterizing the Homestead video. I've been working on it today. So stay tuned for that. It will probably be up on Saturday. So if you haven't already, please go ahead and smash that like button. Don't forget to drop me a comment, even if it's not related to the video. I love hearing from you. I try to read and respond to every single comment that I get. So until I see you again, be healthy, be well, be blessed, take care.